All right, everybody. How we doing out there? Doc and Mav with you here today. Ready, Set Crypto. Today is Wednesday, the 25th of August. All right, all day long. Let us know where you're coming in from. Welcome aboard. If you haven't been to one of our live sessions before, we'll be here for about the next half hour, answering your questions, engaging with you, talking about charts, talking about projects, and all things crypto. Let us know what's going on and where you're coming in from today. Make sure you hit the like button down there, the little, thumbs up thing. Beat the algorithm, if you will, for crypto.
Hello, everyone. Where are you guys coming in from? How you guys doing? It's a little bit of a quiet day in the markets, but quiet times are what we like. That's when the good stuff happens. So we'll touch in on that in just a sec here.
Hey, Manuel, welcome from Romania. Good to see you.
Cool.
I think people are used to us starting late, so they're like, oh, they're not really actually going to start at the top of the hour. All right, everybody, welcome aboard. If you're just joining us here, we are Ready, Set Crypto, coming to you live today, Wednesday, the 25th of August, the dog days of summer here in the Northern Hemisphere. And, things are quiet. Things are positively progressing in the crypto market space. We'll talk about that in a minute. There's a lot of good projects which are coming along. A lot of things are moving. Money's rotating around and doing very positive things over the last 3 to 4 weeks, which has been a good move. All right.
Absolutely. Yo, Joe.
All right. Let us know where you're coming in from. We like to see where people are coming in from around the world, around this planet.
Can't wait for your TA. There we go.
I can't wait for my TA.
Yeah.
All right. We got Sodium. Where in the UK you coming in from, Sodium? All right. Romario coming in from India. Fantastic.
Excellent. It's really got a worldwide audience. Awesome. I appreciate you if you're coming in late at night or early in the morning. We always try to make these sessions a little bit fun. Today is going to be sort of a wild card session where we're going to just kind of talk about charts, take some questions. It's just kind of sideways, and I don't know. It's not the right environment for me to be talking about projects in a top 10 list format today. So apologies if that's what you're tuning in for, but we will still be talking about projects, just not in a portfolio setting. I think right now and going into September, which is traditionally one of the softest months of the year for the crypto space, Bitcoin especially, we want to just be playing it safe right now, looking at the big trends and seeing how the rest of this year is going to shake out. So that's what we're going to be talking about today, talking about some of the recent news and how that's going to sort of matriculate into the later months of this year. And what else is going on in this space? So, Doc, I think people are just eager for some charting.
Hey, what was the coin of last week? What was last week's coin? It was some kind of something hands.
Oh, geez. It wasn't Smooth Love Potion.
No.
Let me find that one real quick. But it just the names are getting kind of out of control. I will say that.
All right. So I got a couple of requests coming in from... all right, let's see. We got Daniel from Eugene, Oregon. Hey, Mav and I went through Eugene, Oregon, several years ago, and we stopped at the original Pancake House, and that was really, really good. I've never been to a bad original Pancake House. We've got a request for Cirrus. Let's see, we got Mumvus coming in from Bulgaria. Let's see. Hey, Tuckafu. I love these names. They're great today. Let's see. Colorado Sports Dude. I wonder where he's from. All right. Morpheus Network. I'll put that on the list.
It's definitely a good project. Yeah.
MRPH.
We'll definitely talk about that.
Some of these I can't find unless they're trading versus another currency. They may be out there in the wild. Great bacon too. Oh, there's no doubt of that. The bacon was phenomenal. Although the best bacon I've ever had in my life, Mav. Do you remember it?
Was that Dad's Diner?
Dad's Diner in Anacortes, Washington. Anacortes, Washington. Best bacon I've ever had in my life. But OPH in Eugene was like right there. That was just a whisker away from that.
All right. I'm getting kind of hungry. Let's move on.
All right. Okay. I've stalled for long enough. All right. Let's move over to, we're going to do a little charting here. So off we go. Let's go over to Trading View land here. Okay. So Bitcoin versus the US dollar. This is all good. I do want to warn you guys that on this weekly swing, okay, we got a great weekly swing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is the 6th week in a row to the upside. We do need to print some kind of higher low. Now, we can either drop straight back down, we can walk sideways, we can go somewhere in between there. But what you've got to do, and this is something you guys need to learn, is how markets actually operate, and they operate based on fear. Price moves because of fear, because people are scared shitless and they're making emotional decisions. All of this movement down here was caused by too many people shorting the breakdown from here, thinking that that was the easy money, and this is where the bulls stepped in and squeezed them right out. Big time squeeze. So we have to have the same thing. We have to have the price drop to the point where people are getting bummed out again, and Cointelegraph is printing nothing but negative articles, and this will be perfect time for a higher load to be printed, and that is going to drive it to the next level from there. So we need movement like this. You can see some of these movements down here. Here's a good one as well too, where the price briefly drops back for a couple of weeks. People freak out and builds that negative sentiment, which is necessary. Markets climb the wall of worry. It's not at all what you think it is in terms of how people are describing it in Discord. It's all human emotion, regardless of the fact of whether it's robots trading. Okay, so that's kind of our big two are sitting in the same place. All's good with those. Today was a really strong day. Let's see if I can find it here. Tezos, what the hell's going on with Tezos? Maybe somebody could tell me what's going on here, because we have huge volume coming in on Tezos. So this is the coin of the day here. And this is also a cup with handle pattern, or just really kind of a basing cup for this at $4. And we have this huge move down basing here. And so what you do is you're going to take the distance between the neckline and the bottom of the pattern down here, and that's your measured move to the upside, which is $6. And guess what? We're almost 75% of the way there in one day. That's the measured move, is up here at $6. What you want to see is the price breaking up to $6 and then going into consolidation up here. So breaking up to $6, flagging out up here, doesn't have to come all the way back down here but it can, quite often does. But that's today's Tezos, man. That's a great pattern, and it's going to hit its measured move before long. Everything else is fairly good today. I'm going to go into some of the picks that you guys brought up. I'll see if I can find them. Okay, I'm going to go out to crypto. Let's see. We talked about, somebody was asking for Cirrus. Let's see if I can find it. Okay, there we go. There's a Cirrus versus Tether on Qcoin. Wow. Okay, so this has only been around for a couple of weeks. Not much that I can say about this. Look at the candles here. So right now versus the US dollar, it's about 1.3, and this thing's motoring. So, I mean, it's so few candles here. It's only been around for just, less than 2 weeks. So really, there's no TA that I can do to this. But obviously, if you've got $1.30, you can pick yourself up one of these. So you might want to look for the next pullback along the way. Next pullback would be maybe a retest of maybe 70 cents or something like that if it happens. But here's the thing, though. Watch the volume. The volume has been coming up on this. So this is what's driving things. That's a real strong contender. I just can't analyze it there. There's just too little data. Let's see what else we got here. Gotta be Bezos with Tezos. Nice. Okay, let's see. Some of the other ones I got was Decentraland. Let's see if I can find me some mana down here. I know it's on here somewhere. There we go. Okay, so here's Decentraland. And this one's been around. Let me get rid of the fibs on this. This one's been around for a while. Okay, so this is a good example of when the price was down here, I said to you guys, like, don't chase after something which is trending lower. Wait until you get something trending higher. So how do you know when that's happening? The best way to do that is to go out to the weekly chart. Go out to the weekly chart and wait till you start seeing higher highs and higher lows on this. And we are starting to see higher highs and higher lows. So that was lower highs and lower lows, and that has changed over to higher highs and higher lows. So now we are fair game for Decentraland. This one's in play now. When do you pick up something like this? Let's go down to the daily chart and take a look. What you want to look for is a fair amount of energy. Actually, right now it's showing it, and it looks really good. So a breakout above, I'd say 95 cents versus the US dollar looks like a good play on Decentraland. This is a grinder. It's not going to explode. It's just a grinder. The volume is not there, but this looks like a good time to get into it. Okay, let's see. Moments of eternity. Yeah, there's no handle on the cup with handle on that. Doesn't have to be a handle on the cup. That's just a big round basing pattern. Big round basing pattern is kind of the same. What I found is in crypto, a lot of times, I'll just go back to the middle here. A lot of times in crypto, you just don't see the cup with handle. You see the price coming up to the handle and it just explodes. Or the neckline, excuse me. It comes up to the neckline and it just takes off from there. All right, let's see. Guys, don't ask me what I think about any specific project because I really don't care one project. Mav is the guy to ask about that kind of stuff. But if you want to know what I think about a specific chart and the potential for investment in that, that's where I can come into play. That's where I can help you guys.
So Matt asked a really good question about the recent rise in Ethereum gas fees. And I do want to quickly just talk about that because it is sort of a widespread or wide-reaching, I don't want to say issue, but we want to pay attention to it. So I don't know if you guys saw the news earlier this week that Visa bought a NFT, one of the crypto punks, and it's their sort of first toe in the water, if you will, of not only like the Ethereum ecosystem, but really like this whole new sort of venture of DeFi and crypto and all this sort of stuff. For them to be actively purchasing an NFT, it's something we certainly didn't expect, but it's cool to see, even if Visa is sort of like, the old guard that we're trying to, in some ways, compete against. So anyways, this has led to an increasing amount of activity. Certainly when we talk about on-chain analysis, which is something that we specialize in with our brand new service, ReadySet.vision. You can go check it out, learn all about on-chain analysis. When we look at the Ethereum network activity, despite the London hard fork at the beginning of this month, Ethereum's blockchain has not really been able to solve this challenge of scalability, at least not yet, until we get to more of the Ethereum 2.0 stuff. So congestion on the network, especially related to a recent spike in NFT just activity and exchange inflow and outflow, this is causing Ethereum gas fees to rise. And if it continues to rise, then it will kind of eliminate the bottom of the NFT market, and it will make it sort of infeasible to trade. This is what we saw back in February, early March, when things just got crazy, and suddenly the gas fees were, sort of the limiting factor of what was supporting the Ethereum market. So this is just basic market mechanics, and it's something that a lot of people in the blockchain space are looking to solve. It's unfortunate that in the short term, it is kind of limiting our growth potential, some of the market movement, but it's definitely something that, for example, we're seeing a breakout in Tezos today. Tezos is also looking to do some NFT style stuff. They're also looking to do some security token type stuff. It's it's capturing a lot of that. Well, I'm frustrated with Ethereum. What else is out there? Where can I get a better deal on things? Tezos is gearing up to launch the minted NFT exchange, which is going to be making it easier to mint NFTs and have rarity tags and leaderboards and all this kind of stuff. They've got some other projects in the works. Again, this is where what we've been talking about for the last couple of months here, where as Ethereum is still kind of struggling to meet the demand, the scalability question and issue, that's where the competitors are coming along and scooping up a lot of the market share and opportunity because they're able to do it faster, cheaper, more securely, et cetera. So that is kind of the explainer of what's going on with Ethereum and projects like Tezos. But it's definitely something that we can look to be, opportune in this movement where things are kind of stagnant right now. That's where you see, for example, yesterday Michael Saylor bought, I think like another $4 million worth of Bitcoin. When you see guys like that making purchases, when you see the whales starting to double down, that is a good sign in terms of, hey, maybe, yeah, things are a little bit stale right now. Things are not moving a whole lot. But maybe a month or two down the road, especially October has been historically a pretty, that's when things start to heat up again. And November is when we see the crypto markets start to really spike. It looks to me like that might be the trend we're going to encounter later this year. But this is crypto. Anything is possible. Any trend is subject to question and rigorous, explanation. So anyways, let's talk about some more projects though. Definitely one we don't talk about AMP. I think Takafu is going to have a seizure. Doctor, you want to look at that one on the charts, or should I?
I've got a few stacked up.
All right, cool.
If the explainer is done.
Yeah.
All right, there we go. Okay, let's see. What did I have here? Let's see. Somebody was asking for a TVK. There's not enough data on this one really to. This one's fairly new as well too. It's just kind of moving around. Let's see. We have XDC, and we'll do this on the US dollar. What's going on with this one? This one looks really pretty good as well too. This is where, okay, so believe this, when you see this volume spike here come in, this is something has changed, because here's a chart that was going nowhere, and all of a sudden something fundamentally changed right there with the big volume coming in. And so if you want to get on board something like this, what you can do is, this is a great place for using the fib retracements. So draw this from the bottom of the swing to the top of the swing. And what you're going to look for here is the three best entries are going to be 38 to 50%, especially if they come in line with the swing test. So to me, the best entry here is going to be somewhere around 13 cents. If this retest this from above, there's your swing test coming in line with a fib retracement. I like that entry a lot. So that one looks pretty good. I'm going to run through these really quickly here. Let's see. Another request for AVAX. And we're just going to use this. Let's just try versus. Wow, look at this thing go. Okay, so another good one here. This one is on a tear. Look at the volume. This one is totally being driven by volume. So this one's going to be difficult to get on board with, even at a fib retracement. The best thing I could tell you to do here is you've got a swing test about there at 42.5. That may be the only shot that you get to get back on here. Now, this is an exhaustion, so this may slop around here for a while, but this probably will hold a 42.5 swing test. That's a mover. Okay, continuing here, UMB, another request. This one looks, this looks like a stock. That's probably not what I want. Let's see, UMB versus, okay, so there's Umbrella Network. Okay, I can't even find this one down in all the noise because of that one spike. Let's get rid of the spike and let's see if we can normalize this thing. I'll tell you what, if I have to hunt for the price, it's probably not something you want to be in just yet. If we can't identify the trend, I would avoid this one so far. Let's go to AMP versus US dollar on Gemini. This one's just going nowhere right now. I want to see this one attain a trend before I want to jump on board this, regardless of what I see for the project. Okay, SNX versus the US dollar. Again, this is calculated. This one is just like Decentraland that we talked about a minute ago. And this is sort of forming that base again, this rounded base for here. So you might see a big breakout from this, but you're going to wait. I'd wait until it gets above 15 before I pursue this one. It's kind of sloppy right now. There's no real volume driving this thing just yet. I would wait on this one. And the last one that I had on the list here was Matic. We'll just take a look at Matic here. Matic looks pretty good. This is starting to transition through the same thing that I talked about. We're getting a nice weekly swing. This is really a derivative of the Bitcoin chart, the same kind of thing here in the same time frame. And I would wait for some type of big fib retracement before I jump on this one. So again, and this is the last one for this round here, I'd wait for a decent fib retracement that's going to be at least like maybe down to 1.2 to 1.3 before I jump on this one. Look for a drop in price in the near term. All right, back to it here. Let's see what else you guys have.
Wow. I've been checking out Slade. You are man, I'm constantly impressed by some of the projects you bring up here. So the ticker for the one you were talking about, persistence, is XPRT. And that's another one of these like enterprise sort of what they're trying to do is bridge between DeFi and CeFi, the old legacy finance space and the new decentralized finance space. They're offering things like NFTs and staking and stuff like that. It doesn't seem like there's a lot of traction around the project just yet from a community perspective. Their Reddit is pretty much just posts by the company. It's pretty dry from that perspective, but they've got a lot of really interesting ideas on display. I really like the way that they're presenting them. All very cool. The second one that you're talking about, YGG, Yield Guild Games. Good. I'm not going to say that again because I'm going to mess it up. I realized that I brought that up on 728 and had you bought in at that point, what was it, like $1? It is right now about $8.32. So you're welcome if you did that. It is like right on the cusp of breaking into the top 100. So that is really cool to see. It was in the 250s when we were talking about it a month ago. So Yield Guild, as we were talking about then, is kind of like play to earn gaming guild, trying to bring gamers together to earn via blockchain-based economies. Talking about metaverse and stuff like that. It's cool ideas on display. And this is what I was trying to get at when we were talking about this stuff a month ago. It's like, yeah, combining gaming and NFTs and this like virtual real estate kind of stuff. It's all like super on the edge, very, very interesting ideas. Doesn't quite make sense. But that's kind of the cusp of innovation. Like, just being at the edge of stuff. Yeah, we're just trying new ideas. It's not going to always make sense. But this is where I was hoping to see some of these projects go, is like, yeah, take it and run. Let's go. This is cool. So anyways, yeah, both of those projects are looking really good, and glad to see that some of them are doing well, at least that I bring up.
Okay. Let's see. I'm going to do my last round here
Cool.
before we sign off today. And let's run over to the chart room again for a second. So we got Morpheus Network. Come on, man. We'll do Morpheus here. So Morpheus, this is interesting because look, this is a pretty long downtrend. It's been in play this year, and it's just now coming out of this. So what's going to change this thing from being a downtrend into an uptrend? We need to see this thing either break higher from here, or we need to see this come down here and put in a serious higher low and then break. This is what I would prefer to see it do. I'd actually like to see it drop first to a fib retracement to set up the negativity and to get some volume into this. There's no volume going on right now with Morpheus. So volume is going to drive the price for these. All right, so real quick, I'm going to run through these guys real quick. Let's see, Luna, which is something that we've been talking about quite a bit here. This one's super, and I love this consolidation. This is what I call high and tight. This is where we see an explosion, and then what happens to the price is it stays within a very defined area here. This is great price action. This is what you want to find. And what you want to look for is, let's say, I think somebody was asking whether Luna was exhausted or not. It is working itself on the daily chart, but on the weekly chart, this thing is exhausted. But what I found is if there's volume driving it, it doesn't matter whether it's exhausted or not. It will just move. So I would prefer to see this spend the next few weeks at this level in a high and tight, maybe trading between 26 and 32, but it may not do that. It may take off here again. Okay, let's see. Hex was another one. We've been watching Hex for several weeks. I think somebody brought it up in this room. Let's see if I can find, where are you there? There's Hex. Hex is one of the greatest charts that I've seen in a long time in crypto. Okay, here's your, this is like your textbook cup with handle here, guys. Watch for the break above 19 and watch the energy building up again. This thing looks super, right? So watch for the breakout on volume. I want to see volume here, guys, on that break above 19, but Hex is terrific. Let's go over to QNT. There's just a few left, and then we're going to have to split, guys. So QNT versus, let's say, Coinbase. This one looks really good too. This is showing a good example of range expansion, range contraction, setting up range expansion, and kind of just watch the energies on this thing. Notice how it broke out. Notice how, oops, what was that? Notice how we had this breakout here when the energy was super high. Look at this. This is what works. When we have all that contraction, this is where we see the breakout. And this is the way things work in nature. This is the way that things work in markets. So watch for that one as well too. Okay, last couple here, Audius. Oh, let's see. I don't see an Audius. That must be it here. Okay, so audio versus US dollar. Pretty good volume coming in here. This one looks pretty good. Larger time frame, I see this as being a cup with handle. So watch for the measured move, which is the depth in here. Okay, so it's going to have to break above 4 though on big volume when it does that. So that's kind of a longer term. It's not ready to set up yet. And the last one I'm going to do for today is Ripple. What's going on with Ripple? Our favorite, this is our favorite coin. Okay, this is setting up a nice little triangle here. So this is all looking pretty good. Looks like we've transitioned into, the Ripple army is checking in, I can tell. This one looks like it's checking in or transitioning back into an uptrend. This is a weekly uptrend. It's out of exhaustion right now. Wait for the break above 1.3 if you want to, or you can just take the bottom of the range here, which is right around about $1.10. So either way, Ripple looks pretty good. I've given it a lot of crap in the years previously because it was just going nowhere, but it seems to be transitioning back into positive territory. All right, there you go.
Cool. All right. So before we get out of your guys' hair here, I just want to throw a word of caution to everyone watching, because there recently has been some accounts being hacked over at Coinbase. Not to say that Coinbase itself is being hacked. I don't know. We're still getting the details and whatnot. But this brings up a really good point about how you need to be very vigilant about having things like wallets, be that, a hardware wallet or a soft wallet, or, just some way to keep track of all this stuff. Diversify between platforms too. Have a seed backup if you're using some sort of software wallet, and then just be careful about data leaks. So I would highly recommend you use something like a two-factor authentication. I really like Authy compared to Google Authenticator. Making sure that you are very aware of your mobile provider to make sure that you're not getting SIM swapped and someone impersonating you on the phone. Use a password manager like 1Password or LastPass. These are very simple things to do that do not take a lot of time, are in most cases free, and they're going to basically CYA when it comes to your crypto. So they're definitely worth taking the time to invest in and learn and make sure that you keep your crypto. So want to just always throw that kind of stuff out there. We care about you guys and how you're doing, because we don't want you to have your account totally blown up unless it was your fault, in which case you should have diversified. But anyways, that's crypto, baby. All right, let's close this one out. But guys, thank you so much as always for hanging out with us. Again, it's a pretty quiet week, but this is when you need to take the time to do stuff like, take security seriously. Make those big trends, be aware of them, and prepare for wherever we're going from here. I think it's going to get a little bit more spicy towards the end of the year, so that should be pretty fun. But hey, it can go anyways. So just stay prepared, stay cautious, trade dispassionately, and thanks for being a part of the ReadySetCrypto community. Doc, you got anything else?
No, I just want to encourage people to join us wherever they can. We have several different social, avenues for people to interact. So if you like this sort of thing, if you like talking about charts, or if you like talking about coins with Mav and things like that, there's several different ways that you guys can interact with us. Regardless of the market, we cover crypto. We also cover the equities markets and options as well too.
Yes, we do. Links are in the bio below. Highly recommend you check them out. We're currently having a little subscriber count war between ReadySetVision, our on-chain analysis platform, and ReadySetTrade, which is Doc's baby, which is more about equities trading. And of course, come join our Discord. It's free to do so. All these platforms are free to join because we want to give you free education, the best tools possible in the space. We know how hard it is to get started in the space. We know how it can feel like everybody's either against you or trying to be your best friend and give you biased information. We're here to do none of that. We're here to take you by the hand and let you figure things out at whatever pace you want.
How many emails did we get this week? Like, hey, we want to pay you to do a paid review of our project. I swear we got about 50. We got about 50 of those in our email, and we just don't do that. There's no way to be objective when you do something like that.
Yep. Yeah. You can't buy my opinion. You can pay me in like food or something like that. I'll take that. Maybe some bacon or pancakes, going back to what we were talking about earlier. Yeah. But no, can't pay me in crypto, unfortunately. Sorry, guys. But that's just the way it's going to remain. We're here to be impartial and tell you like it is. So anyways, guys, thanks so much for hanging out with us. We do this every Wednesday. We'll see you here same time, same place, and we'll see you then. But until then, take care out there. Take it easy, and good luck. Cheers, guys.
Adios, boys and girls. See you guys next week.
See you guys. Bye.